Yep, you got it. Now you got it. I'm sure that introduce. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're gonna be getting started with our workshop right now. So if you guys haven't already signed in, please sign in. If you guys haven't deployed your pod on Camino, please do that. If you need VPN access, go to the announcement on Discord, and there should be a Google form for VPN access. So yeah, today we're going to be going over red team operations, specifically utilizing the Sliver C2 to fully compromise a Windows domain. Oh, I didn't change this, but today's 2.7. Like I said, today is our command and control workshop. Next week is going to be PvP, so this should get you decently started to be able to compete in that competition. So yeah, I think our signups out for PvP yet? Yeah, signups are out for PvP. So if you guys want to compete in that, definitely sign up for that.
All right, so Alex just said that PvP signups are out. They're on the Discord, I think. I'll put them up on the link tree as well. It's a team of four, or yeah, a team of four, and then if you don't have a team, we'll put you with some other randoms. But yeah, if you wanna sign up, I forgot when they're due, but if you're interested, sign up. Yes. What was this thing? And then RVB is coming up. There's a month left. But if you don't know what RVB is, it's like the opposite of PvP, but except you're just defending against a team of hackers. And that's in March, so just keep an eye out. Should probably take that out. I don't think. And then Tech Symposium, we did send out a RSVP a few days ago. So if you're interested in going to Tech Symposium, make sure you fill out the RSVP and fill out the liability form. Make sure to have that form filled or have that Google form filled out by next Tuesday, February 11th. Yes, February 11th. If you don't know what Tech Symposium is, it's just our annual conference that we hold sometimes at CBP, but this year is going to be at Mount SAC. And we just have industry professionals come over, they give their talks and then give some insights, and you're kind of gives our students a chance to connect with those industry professionals. And it's also free to attend, and there'll be a CTF, maybe some prizes. But yeah, if you're interested, just fill out the RSVP, and I'll also put it on the link tree.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. Y'all don't know me. My name's Alex. My Discord is Gcode Alex. I'm currently a third year studying computer information systems. I'm also the co-director of Academy and also the treasurer for Swift. I was previously on the NCAE team and Cyberforce team, and I'm currently on the CCDC team. So here's the table of contents. I'm just gonna go over like a little recap of how to use Sliver really quick. I want to give you guys like most of the time to actually like work on the environment. So I'll probably be going through these slides really quick. So yeah, here's a little recap. So here's a recap of all like the useful Sliver commands. All these commands will kind of like get you started. Sliver starts the team server. Armory installs to install like all of your tooling. HTTP starts like the HTTP listener, which is the main listener that I went over on Tuesday. It's going to generate your implants. Implants going to list all your implants. Beacons, manage your beacons. We won't be using multiplayer today. The use command, if you have multiple beacons on a system, you can switch between them using the use command. Interactive is how you open a interactive session. With beacons, you usually have to wait for your beacon to send out a call to your team server. But with interactive, you don't have to do that, and you can just type commands one after another without waiting. Session is how you manage your interactive sessions. PS exec, how you move laterally between systems, and shell is how you open an interactive PowerShell session. So like I said, generate beacon is how you generate your beacons. I'll actually show you guys how to get a beacon onto the first machine here in a second. But yeah, implants, starting the server. This is how you get a beacon onto the machine. You just invoke web request and then you execute it. Since you guys have initial access, you won't need to like actually like hack into the box at first. Well, I'll give you the logins for a user. Sharp view, it's how you enumerate permissions. This should be the first thing you do whenever you get a beacon onto a system. You want to kind of poke around to see what permissions you have and what you can actually do with the user you're given. It's a little picture of things you can enumerate. You enumerate the domain, the computers within the domain, and the users within the domain. Sharp sh is just how you can execute PowerShell commands through Sliver without opening an interactive PowerShell session. I find opening just a PowerShell shell using Sliver really unstable, so I'd rather use this sharp sh. Yeah, sharp sh taxi. Who am I? Make sure for this you put it in single and double quotes. The way Sliver parses arguments is really weird, so you need to do this. Sharp up. So whenever you get a beacon onto the system, you're going to want to use sharp up to see any privilege escalation vectors that you can find. Um, I'd honestly just recommend doing sharp up audit so it goes through all of the privilege escalation checks all at once. You don't have to check every single one individually. Rubius allows you to perform a number of different Kerberos abuses on the system. You can do ticket request, ticket forgery, ticket extraction, and ticket management. Here you can see I'm looking for a bunch of Kerberos tickets, and then I'm actually utilizing Rubius to pass that ticket into my own process and to impersonate a user. And then Mimikatz is also similar to Rubius, except Mimikatz extracts like hashes that are stored in memory. And then with Mimikatz, you can do attacks such as pass a hash, pass a ticket, and also dump credentials. Um, Here's how you utilize Mimikatz for a pass the hash attack. So you can see Mimikatz sec URL SA logon passwords. I'm dumping a bunch of credentials and then passing it into a session or passing it into a process and then impersonating that process's token. And then PS exec is utilized for lateral movement. Whenever you get access onto a system and impersonate a user that has access to another machine within the domain, you can utilize PS exec to actually get a beacon onto that other machine within the domain. So here you can see I impersonated this guy, a warlock, and then I'm able to list the $sign share on the workstation that he has access to, and then I'm able to PS exec onto that machine and get a beacon from there. So yeah, that leads us into command and control. If you haven't downloaded or if you haven't deployed your pod on Camino, do that. I'll actually show you how to do that right now. But also there's a briefing packet to kind of help you out with this environment. I'll show y'all what that looks like. So yeah, it kind of just has information and a little like some hints about the environment. You're going to be starting on workstation one, and then from workstation one, you want to move on to the web server, and then from the web server, you're able to move on to the domain to the DC. I'm not going to tell y'all like the exact like path, but the slides are very helpful for understanding like the attacks that you should be utilizing in this lab. But yeah, definitely like read this over. There's some hints in there, but I will actually show y'all how to get started. Right, so this is Camino. If you haven't deployed your pod, just go to Camino and then press Command and Control and press Deploy Pod. And then actually for like getting the beacon on your system, I'll be demonstrating that right now. So the first thing you want to do is you want to power on all of your machines inside of your pod. All of the machines do need to be on for everything to work. There's like a couple like scheduled tasks running on the DC and all of like the different all of the different machines in the domain. So and they all interact with each other. So if all the machines aren't on, then something might not work. So the two machines that we do have access to and that we do have credentials for are going to be the Sliver C2 machine and the Workstation 1 machine. So you want to open those two. Yeah, I didn't put this in the briefing packet, but the credentials for the Kali machine are just Kali and Kali. And then the credentials for Workstation 1 are A Warlock. Right? It should already bring you to this, but the password is can't guess me one with the capital C, capital G, and capital M. So while we're waiting for the login on there, the Sliver C2 is already installed on here. So I'm just gonna open up a TMUX session to make things easier for myself. And then I'm gonna start the Sliver C2. But before I do that, I'm gonna sudo switch user into root just so I have root permissions while running this. And then the password for sudo is also just Kali. So to actually start the Sliver C2 within the CLI, just type in Sliver. Actually, we have to restart the Sliver service. So to restart the Sliver service, you just do systemctl restart Sliver. And then wait a second, and then it should log you in. There you go. So now the Sliver server is loaded in, and I will show you guys how to generate a beacon so that you can install it on the workstation. So I don't know the command off of the top of my head, so I have a bunch of commands that I will do. So you type in generate beacon and then tac skip symbols tac debug, I think, if that's correct. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. And then the current IP of this Kali box is 192.168.1.2. So after tag B, we want to specify that IP address because that is the IP that this beacon is going to be reaching out to. And then after that, you want to specify the jitter time and the sleep time for the beacon. So you do tac J, and we'll just do 5, tac S, 5. Yeah, that seems right. You want a capital S as well. And then you want to do tac OS Windows. And then it's going to be compiling that binary for us. Right there, you can see that our implant got saved to slash home slash Cali, and then the name of the beacon itself is called identical underscore dolphin dot eeks on Zoom. I think I low-key had to have to join Zoom on my laptop. Bill, can you give me a co-host on this? Get my whole screen. Is it good? Is that good? Okay. I bet. All right, yeah. So for those of y'all that didn't see on Zoom, if you guys can't get the Sliver server working, just do systemctl restart Sliver. Just press enter after that, and then right. Yeah. Oh, sometimes it gives you just like a different logo. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just every time you load up Sliver, it'll give you like a different logo.
Our name is supposed to be given to, right?
What was that?
Name is supposed to be given to the beacon.
Oh yeah, the beacon implant. It gives you a random name for the beacon implant. So yeah, once you do systemctl restart Sliver, then just type in Sliver, and then yeah, it should just pop up with this. So you can see that our beacon downloaded to slash home slash Cali. So I'm just going to open up a new window and navigate to that directory. So you can see that here we have that beacon implant in our home directory. So I'll be showing you guys how to actually get that implant onto the Windows machine. So first, we're going to want to start a Python 3 web server. Inside of this current directory. And then on the Windows machine, we're able to invoke web request and then download the binary onto that machine. So first you want to do, or first you want to sudo switch user into root. And password just Kali. So then we want to do a Python 3 tac m http dot server. This number can be anything you want except 80. So yeah, you just pick any number, but just remember this number because it's going to be relevant whenever you go back to the workstation. Also, back on our Sliver server, we want to start the HTTP listener so that our beacon can actually call back to the server. So we just type in HTTP, and you can see that we're starting the listener. So then, yeah, it's going to say successfully started job, and then we are able to go back to workstation 1. All right, that's going to stay there on the side. So then here, we can open up PowerShell. Just making sure that, yeah, the web server is listening and our beacon is called identical dolphin.eeks. So then we can invoke web request and download the beacon to our current directory, which is slash users slash a warlock. So we're going to type in invoke tac web request. tech URI, and then we're gonna put in the IP and file that we want to download. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then let's go back to our Sliver server. So it's called identical underscore dolphin.ex. I'm just gonna copy it and hopefully it pastes. There you go. And then we need to specify what the out file is gonna be. So we just do tech out. I think that's the syntax. Yeah, tech out file. And then in quotes, we are just gonna put the name. We can just put any name, but make sure you put .exe after it. So I'm just gonna name it beacon.exe. And then you can see if your command was correct, then it's going to show up that you're downloading something. This might take a little bit just because Sliver beacons are really massive in size. No, it's a workstation one. I think low key you can log into any of them with a warlock though. Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean log on to workstation one, but it's a warlock. Yeah. And those love reflect. Bro, the Sliver binaries are huge. I think you should end right now though. Yeah. All right, and then once it's fully installed, you just type in ls and you can see beacon.exe is right there. So then to run the beacon, you type in // and then the name of the beacon, and then you just press enter. And then we should get a callback on our Sliver server. Yeah. So then you can see that a beacon spawned um, identical dolphin. So then to actually use this beacon, you just put use FA, and then you can press tab just to complete the output. You press enter, and then now we have an interactive beacon. So to get a session, just type in interactive. And then just wait a couple of seconds, and then it should spawn with a session. Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'm just gonna do one more thing and then I'll walk around. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Also the like the commands to like for all these they're also in the slides. So but yeah, once you've spawned your interactive session, it's kind of just the same as using a beacon. You just to put use BF and then press tab to complete it, and then now you have an interactive session that's identified by the red. Um if you guys need help, I'll be walking around. But a lot of the commands that you should be utilizing are on the slides. You just kind of use them in the context of like our environment. So yeah, if you need help, I'll be walking around. Um, I'll give till about 4:50, and then I'll show you guys how to escalate privileges from there. Oh, my bad, Zoom. Anyways, um,
So that's his
anyways, you would just use this command, mimikatz securl sa. Um, I think on the slides it should be pretty similar. The only thing that's changed is the user and the NTLM hash. So like I said earlier, to try and jump to the web server, we want to use the user Peter Parker and the NTLM hash for Peter Parker, which is right there. Right. So then we can run this command. So now you can see that we've put this NTLM hash into a new process. And then from there, we're able to steal the token of that process and impersonate the user P Parker. So to do that, we just do impersonate slash slash or impersonate Marvel slash slash P Parker. So now I've successfully impersonated Peter Parker. You can see that my current token ID is Peter Parker. So now we should be able to list the C dollar share of the web server. So there you can see that we can list the C share of that web server, telling us that we have access to that machine, and now we can PS exec over to that box. So before we PS exec over there, we want to create a profile specifically for lateral movement. So to do that, like I said, this is on the slides as well. We just utilize this command. This is going to generate a profile for the service beacon, and we're just naming it seamless 2. So now we've saved a new implant, and we should be able to PS exec over to the web server from here. And then we just type in Y, and then it should generate a beacon on the remote system. So now you can see that we have a session spawned um, on the machine web uh, with 5F, or the name of the beacon is Long Gorilla, but the service is called 5F, or the process is called 5F. So we just type in use 5F tab, and now we are on the web server. So we are like kind of running out of time. So I'll just show y'all how to get to the DC from here. But yeah. So the intended path to get to the DC is utilizing a Kerberos ticket, assuming a Kerberos ticket and then passing it into the current session. You can probably just pass the hash again. I'm pretty sure the NCLM creds are just there. But to show y'all Rubius and how to pass the ticket, we just type in Rubius triage. Oh, it looks weird because I'm all zoomed in. Right. So there's a scheduled task running on the on this that's supposed to interact with the web server. So we should just like wait a second and then it should spawn the Rubius ticket. We're waiting for S Lord. Okay, I'm not really sure why it's not spawning. Let me go back to my other lab and see if it's here. Yeah, so here I did Rubius triage, and then you can see that I have a KRB TGT in memory. So here you can see the LUID of it. So now we want to dump this ticket. So what we do is Rubius dump slash LUID and then this LUID. Actually, you want to do slash no wrap as well, just so that it doesn't get wrapped in all those. And now we can just copy and paste the hash. So now we're gonna do Rubius. I'll just show you the command real quick. So we're gonna do Rubius tac in process PTT. Um, this means pass a ticket. We're gonna pass it to our current process, and then we would just use this hash, the hash that we got out. Actually, okay. Since if you go back to Rubius, you can see that I have two LUIDs, one for KRB and one for SIFs. You want to look at the one for KRB. So that one would be this one right here. You can see the service name that we dumped the ticket for, and you want this one, not the other one. So we can just copy this. And then now we can do our Rubius command. Access is denied. Oh. So I'm actually already S Lord. So I should probably get a beacon that's not S Lord. Okay, so I was already working on the lab before, so I had already personated the user S Lord. So now I did rev to self, which just put me back to like the current to the original person that I was and not S Lord. So now I should be able to list the C dollar share of the domain controller. So now I can list a C dollar share. So from here I can just PS exec over, just like how I did with the web server. So then yeah, you can see that I'm uploading the service binary over there. I air it out for some reason. Let's try it again. I'm pretty sure it should be. Let's do some investigation. Let's see if Defender is disabled. Right. Would cloud-based protection affect that? It shouldn't, right? Because real-time protection's off. Let's try again. I might have just aired it out, to be honest. Let's see. Right. Okay, let's try to generate a different profile. Wait. Right. I actually think it's not working just because I already have like a session already on there. So if you guys tried this, it should work. But because I already have a session on the domain controller, I think it's not working. So yeah. I think it's using the same service name.
Yeah, so it's already on there.
Yeah.
The service
Oh
name.
yeah, because look, it's using the same profile, Lake Kayak, and then I already have one
Yeah,
as
so
Lake
they use the
Kayak.
same service name. You can't have two of the same service names. So
Uh,
it's not gonna work unless
yeah.
you exit and it knows.
Yeah. But that makes sense because Sliver deletes that service.
After.
After you upload the binary and run it, it deletes the service.
And it should work, because then it should be clean now. I don't think this service got deleted.
Let me generate a new profile and see if it works.
Just check the services on, what's the service name?
Uh,
Real quick.
but I'm pretty sure it's because I have that session running.
Oh, y'all got a picture of Thanos. Is it trying to upload the same executable and point?
I think it's probably this. No, I don't think so actually.
Wait, double click it. Go to. Oh, no, okay.
No, it's just that's just
okay.
this exactly. No. Okay, I'll show you my
Is it trying to upload to the same path that the beacon's already running on?
I think it uploads as like a different
A random
named
name?
executable, yeah. But it's using the same profile. So I think that's
No,
probably
the
why.
only reason specified service. What service though? We forgot the PowerShell commands that let us search conveniently through all this. So I'm just gonna try to recognize off of name.
I mean, it should work for other people. It's just because I already had it.
Right. Well, what was the thing called again? Oh, I forgot.
I think I have to scroll all the way back up because I didn't generate this right now. That beacon's been running.
Yeah, but what was it called? Something kayak?
I have no
Let me scroll down, but I thought I saw it down. Is it up? Is it this?
Let's see. No, this is to web.
Big kayak.
So it should be somewhere. Yeah, this is where it is stuff. I don't. Is it even in this? Is it in this one? That's not. I don't know.
Let me just take a look at the services real quick one more time. Okay, no, it's definitely not there.
Anyways, a PS exec should have worked for y'all. It's just not working for me because I already had a session on the domain controller.
Find it.
Oh, it's on my head to get the services and the binary.
I want to see. Let me just generate a new profile. I wonder if that'll work.
Actually, can I run something real quick?
Oh my goodness. Honestly.
I'm still on the game.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can do that.
Let's see if this starts back.
That is not what I need. Yeah, I can't find the service. That's a shame. Rip.
I know it works. It definitely works. But I'm pretty sure.
It's just running it. I'm pretty sure it's just a service is left over. It's trying to run over an existing service. But I just can't. That's unfortunate.
Very.
Nothing.
Because he lost everyone because
Yeah.
yeah, he wanted it. Or just get their attention and then hope you're wrong.
All right, y'all. That was like pretty much it for the workshop. I hope y'all had a good time working on this environment. I'll probably release like a little YouTube video, just like explaining everything like within the environment and like how to like move laterally through the environment because honestly, it like this stuff is like a little hard. So I'll definitely like make a YouTube video for this, kind of just like going step by step, how to do everything. But yeah, thank y'all for coming out. I hope y'all had a great time and yeah, thanks for coming.